Good evening, viewers. Good evening, students. Today, I will be sharing you. This is a continuation part from the linear sequence we treated, and we'll be making a progression into a linear sequence that will lead to a simultaneous linear equation. That is when A and D are unknown. If you recall, we have the general formula. Let me write today's topic. Unknown A and D resulting to simultaneous linear equation. So resulting to simultaneous linear equation. Now, unknown A and D resulting to simultaneous linear equation. If we notice our formulas of sequence and series or linear equation is Tn is equals to A, which is the first term, plus n minus 1 bracket D, meaning you are going to come across some questions in which the fifth term will be given, the sixth term will be given. You will be told to look for the first term and the common difference, or you will be given the fifth term, the 10th term, and you will be asked to find the 50th term. If you want to get the 50th term, you have to first and foremost check for the first term and get a common difference before you can use this formula. So where this will not be given, D also will not be given. Whenever two unknown are not given, then it will result to a simultaneous linear equation. So whenever A and D is not given in a sequence, it will result to simultaneous linear equation. That is the logic. So you are going to read the question. Once you read the questions and you find out that yes, you are not given your A, and the question does not signify that this is your D, meaning your two alphabet, A, which is the first term, and D, which is a common difference, are not given, then will lead to simultaneous equation. And method of solving is the first one, elimination method. The second one, substitution method. Because whenever you have simultaneous equation, we are going to use elimination method or substitution method. We can't use graphical method here because we are not dealing with graph. So a student sent a question to me from Sona Academy, and the question goes thus. It is a November 1993 question for WAEC question, further math. Here we have the third term. Question 1 now. The third term of a linear sequence AP is 16 and its sixth term is 34. Find the second term. Now, upon upon all these questions, let's see the solution. Solution goes thus. The first one you are going to notice is that the third term of a linear sequence is 16. Third term, that is T3. Third is third, which is 3. T3 equals to 16. And its sixth term is 34. T6 equals to 34. Now find the second term. T2 is unknown. A is unknown. Common difference D is unknown. Before you can get this T2, you are going to get A and D first, because we are going to use this our formula. Now you have the third term is given, the sixth term also is given. So what you are going to do is the given term is what you are going to use to solve the remaining one. So what we are going to do is that the given term, which is T3 and T6, is the one that we are going to use to get the first term and the common difference, and we are going to use the common difference and the first term to get the second term that the question goes for. Now, we are given T3 to be 16. You will now write T3 is equals to A plus N is 3, because it is 3 here. 3 minus 1 bracket D, which is the same thing as A plus 2 bracket D. T3 is 16. You are given 16 as equals to T3. So instead of writing T3, you are going to write 16 as substitute. It will now be 16 is equals to A plus 2D. This is our equation 1. Because there is nothing we can do here. 16 equals to A plus 2D. We cannot collect the like times because A does not have any common term here. So the next thing is you take the T6 also. You perform the same operations to it. T6 now is equals to A plus, instead of 3 now, N is 6 in the second one. It will be 6 minus 1 bracket D. Your T6 is 34 given. We have 34 is equals to A plus 6 minus 1, that is 5. 5 multiplied by D, that is 5D. So it will now be 34 equals to A plus 5D. This is equation 2. From the knowledge of our simultaneous equation, but for those of us that don't know simultaneous equation, stay tuned and keep following, because simultaneous equation is an easy task. So we are going to solve simultaneous equation soon. So, but if you don't have any knowledge at all about simultaneous equation, watch my video on simultaneous equation, my simple made easy mathematics simultaneous equation. So taking equation 1 and 2 now, let's take equation 1 and 2. Take equation 1 and 2. All right, this is our equation 1. This is our equation 2. Let's take them together. We have 16 is equals to A plus 2D. And the second one is 34 equals to A plus 5D. 34 equals to A plus 5D. You will notice these two equations are of the same level. What you are going to do is by elimination method. Using elimination method. Using elimination method. Using elimination method. Using elimination method. Now, what are we going to do? Subtract equation 1 from 2, meaning 34, that's 16, should be subtracted. Subtract this now. By subtraction, let's move. 16 minus 34. What's the answer? We have 16 minus 34. 16 minus 34 is minus 18. Here we have minus 18 is equals to a minus a. This is 0. This will cancel each other. We have 2 minus 5. That is minus 3. 2 minus 5, we have minus 3d. 2d minus 5d, we have minus 3d. If you look at this now, we can divide both sides. Divide both sides. By minus 3 to make d the subject of formula. All right, minus 18 equals to minus 3d divided by 3 minus 3 divided by negative 3. The negative will cancel each other. The 3 here will cancel each other. We have d to be equals to negative here also will cancel the negative there. We have 18 divided by 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 18 divided by 3, the answer is 6. From here, you have gotten d to be 6. You are going to use this d as 6, substitute it to any of these two equations, equation 1 and 2. Any of the two equations, d should be substituted to it. I will choose equation 2. Using equation 2, impute d to be equals to 6. Now, our equation 2 says that 34 equals to a plus 5d. So, we'll have 34 equals to a plus 5d. This is our equation 2. Instead of writing d, we'll just substitute 6 in there. So we'll be left with 34 equals to a plus 5 bracket 6. We have 34 equals to a plus. Now, 5 multiplied by 6 is what? 5 multiplied by 6 is 30. So we have plus 30 equals to, we have 34 equals to a plus 30. Collect like times. We have 34 minus 30 equals to a, because 30 will cross the equal sign and come and meet this 34. So now be 34 minus 30. So equals to a. 34 minus 30, the answer is 4 equals to a. So a equals to 4. We have gotten our d to be equals to 6, our a to be equals to 4. Now, we can now find our T2. T2 now is equals to a plus 2 minus 1 bracket d. Since our a is 4, d is 6, we will now substitute as T2 equals to a is 4 plus 2 minus 1 is 1. D is 6. This will be T2 equals to 4 plus 6 times 1 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. That's 10. T2 equals to 10. From here, you can look for any other thing that you wish to know. Okay? From this end, you can wish and see things that you like. You can wish to search for 50 times, 100 times, 500 times. This is how to solve simultaneous equation with two unknown. We'll be solving additional example very soon. Thank you very much for your day and have a very wonderful day ahead.